And welcome to my PlayHouse. And today we're gonna continue trying to migrate to Proxmox. On the last video where I installed Proxmox, I got a lot of comments that, have I tried this hypervisor? Have I tried this hypervisor? No, I have not. I have only tried VMware, Proxmox, and a little bit of Microsoft when I've been, having to do some virtual machines, like in a course. And they have used Microsoft for making virtual machines. But yeah, there's a lot of other, actually there's over 100 different hypervisors. So I've kind of chosen not to look at all of them, because I know there's a lot of good ones, there's a lot of popular ones, and then there's the one that you like, and I can't look at all of them. So I'm gonna show you what I'm doing in Proxmox, and you can use that, or you can discard of it and say mine is better, and it's fine with me. I'm gonna install PFsense on Proxmox today, and I just happen to have a spare internet connection for that, which is really lucky, because then I don't have to mess with my production environment, which is running on this server. We are messing with this server, so I'm gonna try and set up my Proxmox server kind of the way that my VMware server is working at the moment. So what I'm doing is that I have my internet connection coming in. I have a fiber optic internet connection. I actually have a very nice 1 gigabit internet connection coming in. It's dirt cheap here in Denmark. It's I think it's about 30-40 euros a month. I don't worry about it, I just cough up the cash. But I also have my old internet connection, which is a Wi-Fi connection, which is a thing that is in this area, and it's even cheaper. That one is like 150 Danish kroner, so that's like 20 something euros a month, and I kept that. I got into trouble with the company when I made a backup of all of my videos over their internet connection. I don't know why. I was just moving 14 terabytes over their internet connection, and they got pissed. They didn't shut it down, but they removed all the benefits that I have talked myself into. So I haven't used it for a couple of years. So they have made a lot of good money on me having it and not using it. So yeah, that might have been stupid from my side, but yeah, Proxmox. So what I do is I have the internet connection coming into one port of the server, and then I forward that port on the server to a virtual machine where we put PFsense, and then that firewall router thing will give it out to the rest of the network. And that's what I'm gonna try and do today. So I prepared that in the living room, so we should go see that, shouldn't we? Go living room. I need to work on that. Here we have my Proxmox that we installed in one of the previous videos. Even make the text a little bit bigger so that you can see it better. And I installed a server 2022 Microsoft server, that is, and just to test the different networking. So you will see down here that I have 2 network cards onto it, and if we go up here and run this thing, there we have a server, and it has 2 network cards in here. And if I enable this one, I can see status on these network cards. I see that my network number 4 here is a 10 gigabit. I'm not sure it's supposed to be a 10 gigabit. I think that's just the network type. That's also a 10 gigabit. So number 3 here, this one is my fiber optic network coming in, and this one is my Wi-Fi internet connection coming in. So I've been testing that. So each of these connections are internet. So we could just go details, and we see the details for that one, and we can go details on that one, and we see the details for that one. So they are on different IP segments there and there, so they are not really interfering with each other as is. This was just to make sure that it was working and that I would be able to show you this. So we can disable this one again. Disable, and we can open up this bing thing, and you can see that it finds. So let's go eBay, and it finds stuff that we can buy on eBay. So internet is working. Let's close that again, and let's disable that one. Oh, enable that one, and disable that one. And we should be able to do the same. This time, let's go for something else. Booking.com. Yeah. Where are we going? Nobody knows. Deadline. We're not gonna book anything, but we could if we needed to go anywhere. Looks nice. So, internet on both connections, and it's two different ways out of the house. I'm naturally not gonna just bring the internet into one box or one server here. I want to bring it into a firewall and then bring it further out from there. So we need to install our firewall, PFsense. But before we do that, let's go see the networking. Here is the networking on it. I think we actually do see all the network ports. Yes, they are there. To make this work, I have created this one down here. That is what's bringing the network in. And to show you how this is working, we should remove that. Go back to the server and we'll remove the number 3. Oh, I have already disabled that. Number 4 is disabled, so we can go ahead and we can remove that. It's that one. But if we select it here and we select that one and can we remove? We can remove. There. It has alterations that hasn't been applied yet. So I have removed it, but it hasn't done it yet. So we need to apply configuration. So yes. So now my server is back at where it was when I installed Proxmox. That Linux bridge is pointing at this network connection, and that network connection is this network connection, and that is a 10 gigabit network connection, and that is active. This one up here, that's a 1 gigabit network connection, and that is connected to my Wi-Fi connection out in the data center. These 4 first one are 1 gigabit connections. These 8 ones are virtualized network connections. Just a second. Some of these network cards, this is, I have no idea if this one can do it, but you can virtualize each of the 2 ports here. These are 10 gigabit ports, and then what it can do is take one of these ports and then it can virtualize it, and it will present the server with 4 ports, that's 4 ports inside, as if this was connected to a 4-port switch outside. So 1 connection in, and we get 4 ports at the server. And that is what we see here. We get this port, the top one. Let's just say that's this one, this one, and that one. And then the second port is that one, that one, that one, and that one. At least that was what I saw when I was configuring this. So each of these physical ports out here turns into 4 virtualized ports that is presented to the operating system as if this was connected to a switch out here, and we had 4 ports coming in to the server. So brilliant. These 4 ports up here, they are a physical network card with 4 ports of 1 gigabit. But to make this work, we need to use one of these ports, and we want to create this Linux bridge again. So we're going to do that. I'm going to create Linux bridge. You can also create a bond, and a bond is like pairing. Like you can have 2 ports with failover and stuff. That's not what this is about, and you can do Linux VLAN. We're gonna make a bridge, and we're gonna call it something, and we're gonna call it exactly that thing, because that makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. And then we're gonna move it a little bit so I can see the network. Oh, it's actually that one. So we're gonna bind it to a port. So that will be a EN01, and that is just about, or we could give it a name here. The internet provider is called PrimaNet. PrimaNet. So create. And it has created that, and stuff is available, and we can apply configuration, and yes, running, and it's done. Oh, it does actually say PrimaNet out here. So we created that again. So let's see if this is working again. If we connect to it. If it doesn't work again, we will have to do something. That wasn't it. So we'll disable that one, and we will enable that one. Enabling. There. Let's see if we have some internet. This time we're gonna try Facebook. Facebook seems to be online, so okay. So far so good. It's working again, but we need to we'll just swap this over. Disable. We need to go and fetch a PFsense so that we can supply this networking connection, this awesome new thing that we made, so we can put that into PFsense, and PFsense can route that between this internet coming in and this internet going out. We might want to make one more where we put the internet out on a different connection, but yeah, for now. So I searched for PFsense, and it came up right here, and there's a big fat download. We can go over there, and yeah, that's it. They are on version this, and now I have a phone call. Actually, not often that happens, that I get a call in the middle of everything. So we need to get our newest version here, and we need AMD 64-bit version, and we want it. Oh, USB. We could. I think we need an ISO file, and we need it from Germany. That's closest to me. So we don't want to move the bits too far. I get tired, I'm sure. So let's download that, and it's downloading up here. Awesome. That has completed. So let's go back to Proxmox here, and we need to upload that. Forget is that this one. Yeah, that's where I keep my ISOs. So let's upload an ISO. Let's check if the that's the two that I have already uploaded. So we need to check it out in the directory. Just a second. There we have this PFsense ISO, but it's not an ISO. It's a GZ archive. So maybe we need to go into that and get the ISO file out of it. Oh, it's just one scan, and there's the ISO file. So okay, it's put inside of some Linux compression thing there, so we can get rid of that one. Do that, and then we need to close that one and try it. Yeah. So now it's there. Go away. And up here is now there, and we can open, and we can upload that to Proxmox. That goes fairly okay quick. Awesome. Task okay. So far, so good. Now we need to create a new machine, a new VM. We do that by right-clicking here. Create VM. There. We need to give it a name. I'm gonna call it PFsense. We'll use that one. I think we're good. Next, we need local storage. We need our ISO file to boot on. That one.
guest OS needs to be or can be other. We can then press next. System, we can use the default, but we can also go with the spice thing, which should be more efficient. Doesn't matter that much. I think the rest is okay. Go to disk. We can select that one, should be better. We don't need that much, it's not a lot. They recommend, let's see, enter approximate disk size, no less than 8 GB. I think that's plenty. Let's make it a bit smaller, 24 GB. Next, then one socket CPU. I don't mind it having some CPU power, so we're gonna give it 4 cores, which is way overkill. It's fine, but it does emulate different CPUs over here, so there's a whole bunch of CPUs that it can tell the OS that we are using, but we're just going to use host, forwards the CPUs that the host is using. So that's brilliant. Next, memory. They say that it should at least have 1 GB, and this is suggesting 2 GB. I think that's fine. We have plenty of RAM in these servers. Next, so now we have some networking. We needed to see the other one, the one from PrimaNet, the internet thing there as the first one, and we needed to have a let's see, the model of the network card needs to be that one. The rest of it should be good. Next, we get all the things that we have selected. So let's see if this works at all. We do though need to go in and add a network card. So where do we do that? We do that down here and add. And we need a network device there. And we need to add that one. Yes. I think just to play it safe and not mess up my network here, let's cancel that. We have our host here and we have our network. So I'm gonna create another Linux bridge which is not connected to anything. So we're gonna do that. Gonna create Linux bridge and we're gonna call it, we're gonna call it that, and we're gonna call it just because we can. We're gonna connect it to a port, and we're gonna use the port that are not in use. So a 0246 is used by one of the network cards, and so we're gonna connect it to that one, ENS 3F1. There's nothing connected to that network port as of yet, but we can connect something to it, so we're gonna do that. And we're gonna apply those changes and do yes. Running. So now we should have 3 bridges down here. We do. And if we go back to our PFsense here, we go and add our network device. Here we can go and select our test output, and we should probably select the same. Very nice. This is the virtual port thingy that you select in Proxmox. Just like VMware has their own stuff, Proxmox has their stuff. I'm sure it's common with a lot of the other Linux distributions on virtualization, and we could also, you can see the VMware is down there, so if we wanted this to play nicely with VMware, we could probably pick that one. But we're picking that one. Let's see if we're in luck. Add that. So the idea is that it's gonna take the first one, it's gonna get the internet from that one, and it's gonna forward it to that one. So far, so good. So now we should be able to just power our stuff on, but we can open a console. I found that this spice thing you need to install something. I haven't installed that yet, so we're gonna go with the no VNC. There we get that one, and we can just press that and it starts. It's brilliant. And we have, oh, what can we do here? Boot. I think it does the right thing, so we just need to wait for it. Wait for it. Waiting for calm. There. We need to set. And we need to install PFsense. Yes. We just gotta pick that one and see. Manual setup disk expert. Oh, I'm absolutely a newbie. I'm gonna go auto. And yes. Do we want mirror stripe? No redundancy? It's gonna be, we don't have any amount of disks, so it's just gonna be that one that it sees. So pick that one. And okay. Last chance. You are sure to destroy. I am sure. I only gave it that one disk, so I hope it's all good. This is a small one. It shouldn't really take long. And it didn't. Installation has completed. Needs to reboot. Yes. So we could probably go and remove the CD from it. The ISO file naturally. So edit. Do not use any media. Aha. Should VLANs be set up now? No. Enter the interface BT0, VNet 0, VNet 1. It has them in the right order, so we're gonna say VTNet 0 was the first one that we made. I think it's the one with the lowest number. It could also just do A for auto detect. Let's go with that one. Enter the... So now we can only select the other one, A or nothing. To finish, let's put in the other one. That's the two network connections. So now we should have VLAN, WAN on 0 and LAN on 1. Do you want to proceed? Yes. Go get it. And that is why I made that second network, so that I wouldn't mess that up and, well, mess up my system here. Okay, so it has selected the same IP number that I use on my other network, so that's gonna conflict with us, but we can cheat because we have our 2022 server here, and we can disconnect that network and connect it to the other network here. Let's do that. So open a console for that one. There, and we have that is connected to number 3, which is my fiber optic network. So if we go and connect that to the other one, that's that one. And if we edit that and we pick another one, that test output thing, there. Now this should be connected to the PFsense network switch. Status, detail, and we have gotten this IP number. Oh, yes, it does seem like it's connected to my old switch still. There, it changed somewhat. Let's do that again. Yeah, it changed. So now we have another IP number. It got IP number 100. Okay, so now I think it's connected to the new PFsense. So let's Let's open that. I should really install something else than this Bing thing. Sorry, I haven't gotten around to that. There, we have a PFsense living there. We haven't done anything. I haven't used any password yet, so I need to figure out what the default password is on a brand new PFsense. PFsense. Welcome. Change your password. Probably a good idea. Password has been upgraded to whatever I usually use. So system, let's go there, and we get copy, accept, thank you, close, and we get this thing, and it shows we have our connection to our internet there, and we have our connection to the networking there. So we're up and running. Oh, actually, we need to test that, don't we? PFsense is working, but it seems like we can still buy things on eBay. Let's see, what could we need? Motor oil, 1908. That is too expensive. We're not going for that one. So, go away.
Awesome. So what I could do now was just to go around the back of the server, and I could take my internet connection, the fiber optic one, and I could put it over to the M5 here, and I can take the outgoing internet connection and putting it into the other 10 gigabit interface, and I would have switched over my house internet connection to running off PFsense. Right now the PFsense has its own internet connection. Awesome, I've never gotten this far before, I must add. So yeah, very nice, and it worked the first time. That's not often that happens. It might look bright and new and fancy for the new year. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so you can see me again. Remember to like the video and have a really nice day. Bye bye.